What's going on, fam? This is Kusikos, and I'm back here once again. And in this video, we are going to learn to build a profile page with HTML and vanilla CSS. And this profile page is going to help you improve your skills in cascading style sheet. Without wasting much time, let's get into it. Inside our VS Code right here, I've already created my folder. So we should also have a folder created. I have some images that I'm going to use for the profile page. I might have this, that will be the banner. I have this will be the actual profile picture. This keep cut right here, literally one of my friend's profile picture, and I decided to use it. It's very amazing. Okay, so what we need to do next is we have to create our HTML file, and I'm going to name it page.html. This is going to be a profile page HTML setup. Now let's press Shift+1 to bring this exclamation limit abbreviation, and let's press enter to write the basic HTML for us. We can change the title to profile page. After change the title, inside the body tags, we can create a div. Save. We can create a div and name it banner. We're also going to create another div. We are going to name it profile picture. We're also going to create another div and we are going to name it profile name. We're also going to create a section. This section is going to contain details of the profile, and the details are going to have some such as info. I'm going to create a div called info, and inside the info we're going to create another div, and that one is going to be followers. We're going to create another div, and our div is also going to be post. Inside this followers tag, we can just write h1 here and then right here 0, and we can give it a paragraph tag of followers. Same applies to the post. That's why h1 0 and the paragraph tag here post. Also going to give it a button in that same way. I also create another div, give it a class of btn. Also going to give it a button of edit profile. Now let's save this and we'll go live. And you can see we have this. We have this right here. Followers 0 and post also 0. Here is our profile page HTML setup done. Now let's get into the CSS so that we can style up and show up the real things that we are actually doing. Now let's come back to our VS Code and create a CSS file. It's going to be style.css as normally used. And inside our HTML page, we can connect it with a link tag, and then we are done, and it's connected to the CSS. Now right here, we can decide to view it twice so that we can see the actual thing here. Don't worry if I'm not able to do this, it's not worth it. You can still write your code by watching the video. Alright, so we are going to start by giving each margin of 0, padding of 0, box sizing of border box. If you save it and check right here, it's done. Now the basic setup is done. Let's get into the banner. The banner, we are going to first create a border for it. And the border, we're going to give it 1 pixel for the outline and a solid black. The border is there. Now let's head to the next one, who is going to be height. Let's give it a height of, let's say, 27 inch. I think that's good for the banner. Let's give it a width of 1200 pixels. Yeah, this is good. Let's give it a margin of auto to get into the center for us. And let's reduce this a little bit. I think this is alright. Now this is where we are going to insert the banner. That's where we are going to insert the banner, which is this page, this border here that we have created. CSS work with grids and flex boxes. So with the boxes and things, you need a component together to set up the website. Alright, so margin auto, you can decide to give it a background image, and after I'm going to use the banner. So the banner, I'm going to use this and run it, and you can see it's viewing a little bit. Let's see if that's what we choose. Choose the right one. Okay, we choose the right one. Now I'm going to give it background size of cover. I think this is good. The banner fits perfectly. Now we have finished creating our banner. Now let's give it some box shadow. And give it some box shadow. 1 pixels, 1 pixels. You can say gray. Why not gray? You can see some gray around it all. Let's shut down all of this, please. Make this area 0.65. I think this will vibe well. And let's make it a little bit dark right here. And let's see if it's appearing a little bit. It is the 3 pixels. I think it's good. You can see a shadow around it. Alright, shadow around it as the box shadow. Now we are done with the banner styling. Let's head to the profile picture. The profile picture, you get the profile picture element here. Sorry. Now the profile picture, we are going to style it the same way we did with the banner. We are going to use different height and width for it. So the border, we are going to use 1 pixels, solid, black, just like that. And the height, we are going to use, let's set the height 15 VH. This is just for a profile picture, so 15 VH will be alright. Let's set the width 208 pixels. Now let's give it a margin of auto as usual, because we are bringing it to the center. Alright, now we are going to increase the height a little bit to 25. I think it's alright. Now let's give it a border radius to make it look like a profile picture. So a border radius of 50%. Now we need to make sure it looks like a profile. It's not oval, but the shape is not that well. Now let's change the height. This one, the problem is with the width right here in between this place. The problem is with the width, so you have to change the width to, let's say, 200. It will look a little bit, and let's change the height to 35 and see, and the width to 250. I think it's all right. I need to reduce a little bit to 30. Look at now. I think it's good. Let's change the width to 20. Now it is all right. Let's push it to make it look like a profile picture. Margin top with negative 100 pixels. I think it will work at the top. Yeah. Or negative, let's say 75 pixels. Now you're also going to give it a background image. Let's set the URL to this cut right here. This amazing cut. Now let's save this. And you can see this cut appears. Now we need to save background size of cover. And the cut should cover everything. Now let's change the orientation. We should change everything, the height and everything again. So let's make it default as we did right here, 250 and 35 each for the height and width. I think it's good. It's very good. Now this is the profile page that we've set up. Let's move on to the rest. You try to reduce it to 240 to make it look anyhow you want it to look. You can make it look like 220. You look a little bit better. I think this is great. 220. If you make it 200, you're going to look very good. So let's say 220. I think 220 is the best option. So the width should be 220 and the height should be 35 each. All right, now let's remove the border. Let's say border none for the banner. Border none. Let's copy this and do the same thing for the profile picture. Now the borders are gone. As you can see, let's give it a box shadow the same way: 0 pixels, 0 pixels, 10 pixels, and 0.75 pixels. Let's give it a color of gray. Now let's see this, and you can see the gray thing comes around the profile picture. Very amazing, very nice. Now let's move on to the profile name. So the profile name, yeah, let's come up to HTML and say, let's write some name out there. I am going to use Alista Israel for the name. Let's say it is the profile name, and we are going to style it right here. Let's bring an HR in between the profile name and details. Now we can see a little bit here, so that is the name, and we do the styling for the followers and the post and edit. But now profile picture, let's give it a margin of 1 rem, 2 rem, make it come a little bit faster. Or let's give you a 0, come a little bit. Okay, this is great. Let me change it. This, save this. I think it's all right. So the profile name. Sorry, I made a profile picture as profile name. Now I think the position as well. Let me bring it a little bit further. Great. Now let's change the fonts family to Cebu UI. It is amazing. This one will be great. Now we are done with the profile name. Now let's come and edit the followers and the post. Now with followers and the post, this is how we are going to do it. Let's first make sure the HR is good in place. So we just say HR margin 1 reg, move a bit downwards. I think this is all right. Now let's work on the followers and the post. Now the followers and the posts are going to be like, start with details. So with the details, I'm going to give it display of flex. If you've let Flexbox, if you haven't let Flexbox, you can head to my YouTube channel right here, and advanced CSS course. We find Flexbox inside it. Now display is flex, set display to flex. Now let's set the align items to center. We have to find contents to center. So now we save this and look, you see it's in the center, position nicely. All right, nicely done. Now let's head to the details info. Now the info, I want to display inline flex. Now looks much more amazing. Now let's head to the followers, going to be the followers, and the followers, this is how it's going to work. I'm going to give it a margin of 1 reg, just like that. I think it's normal. All right, now let's head to the followers. We get the followers h1. This is for the number of people who have followed someone. Font size of 5 reg. I think it's all right. Let's give it a font family of Calibri. Could look like a real number. Let's give it a font weight of 500. Yeah, and I think it's good. Now let's head to the followers paragraph. I'm going to give it a font family of let's say Arial. It's normal. I think it's good. That's all. Now let's copy this from the followers margin 1 reg to the followers paragraph. Come to line 65, where we change this to post. You also change this to post h1. You also change this to post paragraph. Now let's see if to see both of them they are added successfully. Now let's edit the button with the class btn. So dot btn, we can just say dot btn margin 0 red 2 red. Just a little bit farther if it's good. Now let's edit the actual dot btn button. You can give it a pattern of 1 rem, 2 rem for the width and height. Now let's reduce this a little bit to 0.8. I think it's good. We're going to give it a border of none and a background of, let's say, harsh. Let's use normal blue and make some changes with it. I think do something like this. So I just use a color that nice and a little bit light. Any color that you think will work for you, you can use it. You are free to use any color that you want. Now I'm sticking with this. You can use any color that you want. Let's give it a color of white. I think it's alright. And let me also make some small changes here with the margin border radius of 0.1 rem. You can look a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Now let me give it the fonts from of Kali. The usual. I think it's good. I think let's use the normal one. The Kali doesn't fit well. Now here we are. We have created a profile page. Now let's give the followers a little bit number. So followers, let's say 1 million followers for Kalista Israel. And the post is also going to be how many posts does she have? Let's say 200. Now, okay. So Kalista Israel has 1 million followers and 200 posts. You can edit this profile right now. This cannot be edited. This is front end web development as usual. If you know what it is what it is. It's front end. Congratulations if you're able to build this far. It's not mobile responsive though, but you can try and make it responsive. But as time goes on, you will learn more about it. On mobile, it looks terrible on mobile, but you shouldn't worry about that. As you advance, you learn more about mobile responsiveness because it's very hectic. You know, a lot of people access the web on mobile, but this is on the web. This is the normal version. If you're going to build this successfully, I will say congratulations to you. I'm going to push the code to my GitHub, and the link will be in the description for the GitHub link if you want a GitHub. If you want to get the code and edit it, I'll give you the link in the description. You can check it out and you can also make any styling that you want. Or if you want to get the actual code and work with it, you can also go to my GitHub, which is Lexter404. That is the name or Christy Codes as usual. The link is in the description for the GitHub account that you can get a code. Don't forget to subscribe too if you really like this video. Cheers.